Yes, it's recording.
Listen, pay attention. I have taken this. Actually, I was participated in one conference, that is National Science Conference, and I have given this lecture. Okay, so same thing I'm giving, and I got a good award for this. Anyway, listen. So I want to tell about the story of DNA, and very interesting. Whenever we are thinking about DNA, who discovered structure of DNA, by the way? Watson and Crick, right? James Watson and Crick, anyway, listen. So there is some interesting thing regarding DNA. First, I want to start with this one. So, yes, can you guess what is this? Planet Earth, right? And what is the uniqueness of planet Earth? How Earth is different from other planets? It has life, by the way. Only planet Earth has life. But listen, all of our planets came from the same explosion. Okay, please, there is a sun-like structure, sun exploded. That exploded materials are made into small balls, and those small balls are planets. That means each and every planet has all the elements to make life. Carbon, oxygen, carbon dioxide, everything is there. But why life originated on planet Earth? Why not on other planets? Because there is a beautiful molecule that was organized in a very specific structure. And we know, because of this molecule, we got a life on planet Earth. And what is that molecule? That is DNA, by the way, right? DNA made life possible on planet Earth. So let us understand the structure of DNA. So DNA is the basic of life, base of life, and entire evolution, 4.5 million years of evolution. All animals, dinosaurs, extincted animals, everything is based on DNA structure. Today we are alive because of DNA. Am I correct? So all scientists are eagerly want to study the structure of DNA. Earlier days, we have many scientists, by the way, in this story. We have, who is this? Pea plant experiment. What is his name? His name was here. Alfred Wallace. Pea plant experiment was done by, he's a famous Mendel experiments, right? Listen, the story goes in two generations. In the first generation scientists, they are just philosophers, they are trying to understand what is life, and one of them has given the groundbreaking discovery, that is the publishing of a book called On the Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. Darwin said how animals are evolving, but Darwin don't know what molecule responsible for this evolution. Darwin just proposed how new species are coming. That's why Darwin's book is called as On the Origin of Species. It's not about how life came into existence. Then second generation scientists, they did some very interesting experiments, starting with our Mendel. So Mendel thought there is a green pea plant and a black pea plant. If you couple them, there is a 50-50 chances of getting a green piece or black piece. So he understood the inheritance, the concept of inheritance into the next generation. Then there is one scientist. What they did was all cells sharing one blue structure. When they are staining, they are getting a dot in the cells. Whatever cells or whatever animals they are dead animals don't have this dot. So they say maybe life present in the nucleus. Nucleus is the life of a cell. Now they started targeting the nucleus, and now they are studying the nucleus. What is there in the nucleus? What components present in nucleus? Then they understood in this nucleus, when they did chemical examination, it has 5 molecules. What are those? Adenine, tyrosine, uracil, cytosine, and guanine. Okay. They identified these 5 molecules, these are 5 amino acids, okay, in the nucleus. Already we understood. But how these amino acids are coupled? we don't know yet. But now we got some building blocks. Maybe these are responsible for life, we understood. Then what we did? There came a very interesting scientist, his name is Chargaff. Where is Chargaff in this? Yes, here. Chargaff said very interesting thing. What he observed was the number of adenines is equal to tyrosine and number of cytosine is equal to guanine. And he was surprised. That means if 3 A's are present, 3 T's are present, 3 C's are present, 3 G's are present. Maybe we understood the preliminary structure of DNA. Maybe this is how these molecules are interacting. A always interacting with P, C always interacting with G. But still we don't know what's going on. So these are some mysteries to the scientists and they are trying to crack this story. And there is a Dr. McClintock. She has discovered something very absurd that is called shifting genes. She said there are some genes, they are shifting from one cell to other cell. That is called shuffling today. And because of shuffling, we will get 4 limbs babies or 3 eyes babies because of gene shuffling. So we are trying to understand what are genes, but we don't know the structure of genes. Even though we have done many groundbreaking discoveries in this story. Okay, these are some things. Then what happened? One second. Then came very interesting guys. They are, yes, Watson and Crick in the history. Watson and Crick proposed double helix structure of DNA and they became overnight celebrities. This is the story, right? So when I ask who discovered DNA, we all will say this one. So these two are graduate, or these two are classmates just like you. Okay? They are also working on understanding structure of DNA because this is the hot topic. Every scientist working on how to understand structure of DNA, right? So yes, this is Watson and this is Crick. Okay, these are Watson and Crick. By the way, Watson is still alive and he is 96 years old today. He is still alive. The co-discoverer of DNA was still alive. Very interesting. But I just want to tell one important thing. They are not the first persons to discover the DNA. And I want to tell you some dark story in human evolution. There is a huge gender suppression. Either you believe it or you agree or disagree, always males are portrayed as a best figures and females are lesser beings. Do you agree with me? Yes. This is what happening in the history. In India, I want to tell you one baddest culture we have. We say we are the ancient best culture, but we are also very worst. I will say Indians knows. That is called Sati Sahagamalam. You know what is this? If a married woman, if the husband died, you know what the wife should do? Wife should jump in the 5 feet of the husband. Wife should not stay alive. She should die along with the husband. And these are the things we practiced. Even in India, so-called the cultural best heritage has done these practices. Everywhere males have been shown as the best and females are not good. They are not good at studies, they are not allowed to study science, they are not allowed to study, they are not even till today, some females, in some temples, women are banned to enter into the temples. See, all famous gods are males. Okay, there are some problems in the history. And why I am telling this gender bias, I will let you know. Actually, this cam is detecting those faces rather than my face. Anyway, the same problem happened in the story of DNA. You know what happened? The first person who discovered the DNA was a lady, and her name was Dr. Rosalind Franklin. And today's story is about Rosalind Franklin, and she was regarded as the dark lady in the story of DNA. I want to tell you, when Rosalind got the highest marks in her school, she became gold medalist, but she was detained to get a job to get a seat in the university because she's a woman. She's the only woman and they rejected her. They didn't allow her to get a admission in the Cambridge. 20. See, I can't mark the offset. That is not possible. See, in between class you can't disturb me. You can go later. You can go later. So where am I? This is yeah, she didn't get job admission in the Cambridge, but still she struggled. She got the admission and she successfully completed her PhD. Okay, so this is Rosalind Franklin. She completed her PhD in material science, molecular sciences, in physics, in chemistry properly, and she has taken one of the toughest subject, that is X-ray crystallography. I will let you know what is X-ray crystallography. There is one great scientist. His name was Maurice Wilkins. He has an X-ray, and they are trying to understand the structure of atomic structures. You know how they are trying to understand? This scientist taking two photographs of an object in two angles. Let us assume this is an unknown structure. This mobile is unknown, and we need to know the structure of this phone. So what we did? First, I will imagine there is a light here. I took one photo from this angle. Now I got a shadow like this. Then I turned this molecule and I took one more photo. Now I got a photo like this. Now I understood the 3D structure of this one. Okay, this is one and this is two. Imagine a 3D structure came. So this is the idea behind the X-ray crystallography. Take a molecule, keep in the crystal, shoot the X-rays, and get the shadows, and interpret the shadows to get the 3D structure. So this is called X-ray crystallography. Now, our Maurice, our Rosalind became, after PhD, we should get a scientist position, right? But he given Rosalind a clerical post in his lab. Not a scientist post, but a clerical post to the Rosalind. So this is the Rosalind Franklin. She has huge dreams, but she got one of the clerical posts, even though she has a PhD, gold medalist in Cambridge. She became an assistant in a lab, but she took it as a positively. And what she did, she started collaborating with Maurice Wilkins, and now she also got the same problem. She wanted to know the structure of DNA. Now what she did? She took the nucleus of the cell. She crystallized the nucleus and she started bombarding with the X-rays. Then what happened? See, she kept a DNA in this crystal and she shooted X-rays. Now we got a very interesting photo. That is an X photo. X. Okay. Photograph. There is a name for this photograph. Listen. I forgot the name. I will let you know. This is her personal experiment in her lab. Her own personal work, okay? Research work. She did and she got a photo X. Okay? Then what she did was really groundbreaking. This is in her own words, in her book she wrote. She draw the structure and therefore an X can be only there if the structure is helix. If it is only a helical structure, will give a X shadow in the X-ray crystallography. Okay. Unfortunately, Rosalind got a severe stomach pain, and it was turned to be a ovarian cancer, and she need to leave the lab for next 6 months. She is in the hospital. She got a ovarian cancer because of her work with X-rays. X-rays cause mutations, and at that time we are not aware of X-rays leading to cancers. Then what happened? Very interesting. She was in the hospital, she was in the vacation. Now imagine, you are doing your personal research work. Can I open your notes without your consent? I cannot, right? Now let me tell you what happened. So she wrote like this in her book. Big helix in several chains, phosphates on outsides and phosphate bonds. This is her own notes in her book. Okay. Then what happened? This is Rosalind's photo 51, by the way. X photo. Only a helical structure will give X photo, and she wrote it in her notebook. Okay. Then listen. One day, these two graduates from Cambridge, these two classmates, they came to the Maurice lab, Maurice Wilkinson's lab. And what Maurice Wilkinson did, So Mr. the lab and Crick requested, what is your research? Then what Murray did? I have a lab assistant, idiot, she don't know anything, she's just a waste girl. Let me show you her work. And Murray showed her notebook to the Crick. See, is this useful to you? There is an X shape, she said it. Suddenly by seeing X shape, Crick started laughing. He started smiling. He understood what is going on because they are already working on DNA structure. Okay, what they did? So they went to their lab, they started formulating their thesis. Within 1 month after their visiting Rosalind's lab, you know what they did? They became the celebrities overnight. Every newspaper started publishing. A groundbreaking discovery happened in the history of science. The structure of DNA has been unveiled to the humans. And the groundbreaking discovery was done by Watson and Crick. But who did actually? Rosalind Franklin, right? No. What is the highest prize a scientist will get? A Nobel Prize. That is the highest honor a scientist can get. And this prize will be shared with 3 scientists, 3 people. Now, can you guess what are those 3 people? Of course, Watson, Crick, and who is the third one? Third most eligible person? Rosalind, right? And you know what happened in the history book? I will show you. The Nobel Prize was shared with Murray Wilkins. A complete betrayal to the Rosalind Franklin. You know why this happened? Because she is a girl. She is a woman. She is a woman. That is the only reason. Yes. So yes, this is very painful. Rosalind haven't shared the Nobel Prize, and she was died after 2 years after this prize. She was shocked. Meanwhile, she also undergoing some cancer treatment, and she is no more. And recently, when James Watson wrote an autobiography, you know what he mentioned about Rosalind? He started making fun on her in his book. He said, "Poor Rosie. She was not capable of understanding her groundbreaking work." She said Rosie and she don't know anything. She is a Cambridge topper. Even these two didn't get a topper marks. Yeah, this is what happened. So this is said as one of the biggest betrayal in the science, especially in the story of DNA. See, this is what he wrote. Clearly Rosie had gone in her face, but you know, he started making fun of her. This James Watson. Yes, it's been 100 birthday also happened recently. And Rosalind Franklin is one of the most, was responsible for much of the research. And there is a famous meme that I came across in the internet, which really fits with this case. See, this is what exactly happened, right? Yeah, it is Rosalind's work which was cheated by James Watson. Yes, this is really a saddest thing in the history of science. Yeah. So she was very passionate. These are some of her quotes. She used to say that science for me gives a partial explanation of life. In so as far it goes, it is the based fact and experience and experiment. So listen, 70 years ago, a woman with no internet, no ChatGPT, no Google, pure, critical thinking, pure pen and book knowledge, and she has too much passion, and she did these groundbreaking discoveries. And in today's world, all the world's information is at the fingertips. Just you need to click your touch screen and you will get all the information. And we should feel pity on, we should feel pity and we should feel proud on Rosalind Franklin. So yes, just like the shape of DNA is twisted, even the story of DNA was twisted, right? Yeah, even the story of DNA was twisted. So then anyway, I want to tell one interesting thing. Personally, I like one groundbreaking discovery in genetics that is called CRISPR. If you know what is CRISPR, that is called clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic lipids. Or simply, today we have a gene editing tool where we can even treat cancers. And the gene editing was discovered in 2012 by 2 women scientists. They are Emmanuel Charpentier and Jennifer Doudna. Within 5 years, there won't be any more cancers because we will get cancer treatment because of CRISPR. Discovered by these two people. This is called CRISPR. Really one of the best scientific discovery. You should learn about this one. And you know what happened? At least this time we recognized the women in science, and in 2020, both of them got Nobel Prize. And I proudly shared last week in the group that so far in the history of humanity, 2 Nobel Prize in 2 different science categories came to only one person, and she's a woman. Can you guess who is she? She is Marie Curie. Yes, Marie Curie is the 2 Nobel Prize winner in 2 different fields, chemistry and physics. None of humans got this credit. Maybe history forgot Rosalind Franklin, but we the people, she's always present in our hearts, and she's always alive because we are every day we are thinking about her. And there is a university dedicated to Rosalind Franklin, and I just want to show you that university. This is Rosalind Franklin University, purely dedicated to molecular science. And you know, can you see the university emblem, the logo of university? It is photo 51. So it's a huge slap to the scientific community. So I'm very happy to see that today the women are really appreciated, and we can see the bright glow in her face, proudly standing in front of the statue of Rosalind Franklin. You can see. And at least Rosalind not born in India. If that is the case, might be Rosalind was thrown into the fire pit of her husband, but that is not happened, and it is not India. And since she born in England, the England has contributed Rosalind by printing Rosalind photo on their currency. That is another big achievement and a huge respect to the women in science. Yes, so this is the story about women in science. And last year we have done an extraordinary feat of landing a probe on the north pole of moon. And you know, the core committee was full of women. It is because of them we have landed on moon. And yes, so the things are really positive, and the days has been washed away, and really bright days have came. And even Indian government was completely focusing on giving a reservation to women, and this happened last 6 months ago. So things are really progressive, and this is what we are expecting. So yes, even the President of India was Draupadi Murmu, and yeah, she is one of the backward caste first president. That is really greatest thing. So yes, so be proud, and yeah, that is all about the story of Rosalind Franklin. Thank you very much. Yes. See, be proud, and you should be like this, okay? Don't bunk the classes. Wait for attendance.